Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. We're just going to get into something that Duncan was talking about, basically phone calls, basically from Luggy. He actually did phone myself. I think it was about a month back, not long after, obviously, the Slater case conclusion at the coroner's court. I did think it was a bit strange, basically, where he got my number from. Like I said, if he's ringing around and asking people or trying to find out business or where you work or a business contract or something, then and lie, and someone at business would say, "Oh yeah, I've got his number." At the end of the day, here's his business line, should I say? But it was someone who worked for me actually basically picked up the phone and thought it was a bit weird, someone calling on a private number, to be honest with you, at the end of the day. But like I said, it's one of those things. But for someone sort of goading and putting it out there and teasing about, I can find numbers and call people when I want and abuse people when I want, is completely out of order. Because like I said, some of the sleuths have reported it to the police and keep reporting stuff and dodgy phone numbers. Even Ali had two mobile phone calls yesterday, and she believed that her basically computer had been hacked as well many times, to be honest with you. And that is one of the reasons why she can't always sort of comment on what people are saying, which is absolutely sad. I've checked my end with YouTube, and they said that everything's all right this end, with obviously comments and stuff, and basically, so we don't know what's going on there. But like I said, we've just got to be alert into everything what's happening around us and in the Jay Slater case. And all we're doing is discussing something that we weren't happy with. And in the early days, when Duncan basically started his show, he turned around and asked Luggy and Chris for information politely, which they didn't actually come back to them or didn't answer the questions. So why am I going to go out my way and talk to these people on a podcast or have any time for them when they're just going to basically give me BS or abuse what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen, to be honest with you. That ship has already sailed. So, I mean, Duncan mentioned that basically an elderly relative was contacted, possibly from Luggy or somebody else who works for him, at the end of the night, asking for information in his mobile number, which is unbelievable at the end of the day. It really is unbelievable. And why not just basically ask Duncan, what is your phone number? Can we have a conversation, or can we have a conversation live or something? I'm sure Duncan would think about it. Whether he says yes or no, that's completely up to him. When you're harassing people and getting people's personal information without say so, that is absolutely bang out of order. Why is it that they're trying to still silence us from talking about a case which people are not happy with? Yes, I understand that Debbie and Warren want to move on, but what we're trying to do is let people know is basically those people who done something to Jay are still out there, and those people who set Jay up or basically dealing rugs in Tenerife, they're all still out there. They're all still in business. They're all still making money, and they're all still recruiting young people to do their dirty work. And some of these people are going to do a lot of time. So, as I said yesterday, when the next Jay or, the next person comes across these people and end up dead in the ravine or taken somewhere or kidnapped or murdered, or even beat up for their money, we can say, hold on, at the end of the day, there's a scenario of these events which keep going on in Tenerife. Some people get away and some people don't, but it keeps happening. And all we're doing is put a reminder out there just to be careful of these people that were involved in the Jay Slater case and are still out there and travelling about in Tenerife, still going to raves and still trying to make money basically not in the correct way. And obviously, the Ali Harris meeting Luggy at court, it was completely out of order. What he should have said is that, like, I've got a few questions for you, and politely, and can you answer them? He didn't. He just basically attacked her. At the end of the day, you're, spreading BS all over the place, which, that wasn't happened. We asked questions which were not answered at the end of the day. And if people are not happy with basically what they were told at the close of the case, then they're not happy. And this is why, obviously, we're all waiting for these documentaries to come out so we can see how much truth is involved in the stories that they're going to tell us. But I don't think it's a lot. I do think it's going to attack the sleuths and TikTokers and YouTubers and stuff, and even reporters that were putting stuff out there as well. But look, all we're trying to do is educate people, young people, vulnerable people, people going to Tenerife, in just to what to look out for. Whether you decide to listen, that's entirely up to you. This is a channel which tries to help and support people and put reminders and pointers out there if you're traveling anywhere in the world, and what to look out for as well. Scams and people trying to get you involved in rugs or get you into carry stuff. It really, really is big business now. And we've seen so many young British men, so many young British women get involved in carrying rugs, and some of them are doing a life sentence. It's not long ago, I think 25-year-old woman, I think she was between 25 and 25, I can't remember now, and she has to do a life sentence because she was actually caught with rugs, which isn't good at the end of the day. And she probably thought, look, if I get caught, I get a slap on the end. It's not my stuff. At the end of the day, this is what they're told. You're not going to get the blame for anything. If you do, you'll do some short time, which is very, very unlikely, especially in a country like Dubai. You get caught with rugs, they're going to throw the book at you. You might even get the death penalties in some of these countries. So my final point is that we should be able to talk about any case at the end of the, even if they're over and keep going. Because, like I said, I don't think the Jay Slater case is over. I still think there's many questions. I still think there's many people that are going to come out with their own stories when they feel comfortable or not so scared to do so. And like I said, we are able to talk freely as long as we're not upsetting people at the end of the day. I do know the case is over. I understand that, but at the end of the day, my point is still put reminders out there to be safe in Tenerife. Let me know what you think, people. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and follow the channel. Thank you very much indeed. Take care.